What's up, y'all? This is Pastor P, man. I haven't done a walk it out in a while. And I was on the road, man, driving back from a meeting. And God just said, man, come out here and stand in front of this place, man, and begin to just talk to the people and do your walk it out. Man, this afternoon, man, I want to talk about going from forgiveness to faith. Forgiveness to faith, man. This is real deal from my heart. I'm not even playing. It's crazy. From forgiveness to faith, man. I'm standing out here in a spot, man, that I'm believing God for. Man, I've been at this thing for a minute, and man, it's just time to go to this next level. And really feeling like that. I know you're probably like I was, man, just 2 weeks ago, feeling like, God, what's the problem? What's the hold up? I do what you tell me to do. You know I love you from the bottom of my heart, but I'm trying to figure out, God, why am I still here in this place? God woke me up early in the morning, man, after a crazy conference call with my leaders, and we began to shift ministry on that call that night. And God had me up the next morning, 4 or 5 in the morning, and God said to me, it's time to forgive. So this walk it out is about going from forgiveness to faith, man, because this is the journey I've been on the last 2 weeks, man, as I'm tripping and I'm doing things and I'm really crying out to God to go to my next level. Maybe you doing the same thing, and God telling me, or told me, man, that it starts first with forgiveness, and that's where I will reach that level of faith that will take me to where God is already planned for my life. So, man, I want this thing to bless you into where God has planned and what he has planned for your life. See, here's the thing. We know that we got to forgive those who mistreat us and misuse us. Let me tell you from experience, man, because if you don't do that, it don't matter if it's an ex-boyfriend, an ex-boss, ex-co-worker, a family member. It doesn't matter what it is, man. But when you don't forgive, man, whether you know it or not, you can live with unforgiveness in your heart, but that unforgiveness in your heart will always begin to make decisions for you and keep you off the journey that God has planned for your life. So God woke me up and told me, man, I had to forgive some people. And not only forgive some people, man, but I got to go where they were so that I would know that I'm healed. I had to put my forgiveness into action. Crazy, man. And all I could know that it was time for me to be obedient to what God was saying to me. Because, you know, when God talks to you, what he says really does begin to make sense. And in that forgiveness, man, I began to walk out some things in my life, man, as the journey was going through. And people began to say things to me, man, and stuff just began to happen once I decided and made the step toward that forgiveness. Once I pondered over it. And God reminded me, because here it is, man, this is the truth right here. The word tells us as well that without faith, it is impossible to please God. And if walking around in unforgiveness, come on now, doesn't please God, and it hinders his call on our lives, then when is it that faith is able to kick in? Y'all ain't saying nothing in here. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. And if I don't have enough faith, if we don't have enough faith to please God, then how does that faith that we don't have become the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things we cannot see? So what that began to say to me really today on my ride home was that if I don't have any faith, I'm not pleasing God, and I need to stop hoping for what I see. Because without faith, it's impossible to please God. And faith is the substance, the makeup, the things that I need on my journey, the steps I need to make, the things that need to happen in my life, the substance of things hoped for, those things that make up exactly what I need so that I can make happen what I see that God has for my life. Come on, somebody. Because then the evidence of what I see in my spirit begins to come to play. Listen, man, I'm standing out in front of this church/BC3 center, and God told me to come out here and just do this video. Walk it out with you today and allow you a chance to walk it out with me. It's time to quit playing. I've been at this thing a while. Man, if you're looking at this video and you know me, if you're looking at this video and I've ministered to you, if I help you, if I've spoken a word, if I prayed over your life, if I've been faithful in your life, if you could still call me even though you can't call me, come on somebody, you know what I mean? If you could still call me, and I'll be right there for you. If you believe in what God is doing, man, I'm asking you right now, man, you be a part of what God is doing in my next. It's time for forgiveness so that we can begin to activate our faith. Y'all, this deal is real. I'm telling you, this thing will help you come out of what you in, because it will bring about your forgiveness. Man, it's time to move to the next level in our life. I'm looking for God to do something crazy in my life, and this is why I'm standing out here. Man, I'm about to walk around this building because I'm trusting what God said to me in my drive home in my car. I want to be all the way healed. I want to forgive all the way because I want to get to my next. I'm telling you, if you're walking around with some unforgiveness in your heart, I'm telling you, man, it's time to get blessed so you can get to where God really wants you to be, where you know in your heart that God really wants you to be. You know what your desires are. You know what the plans He has for your life. Man, aren't you tired of waking up and walking out life not in the way you want to, but just in the way that your unforgiveness is causing you to go? Avoiding this person, avoiding that person, making changes in your life you don't want to make just because you're walking around with unforgiveness in your heart. I know I've been tired of it, man, and God told me today this is the way to get relief. Send this message. Go from forgiveness to faith. God waiting on you. He ain't waiting on you to please Him with your actions. He's not waiting on you to please Him with your works. He's waiting on you to please Him with your faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. Maybe you're like me, and God hasn't been releasing things in your life because you haven't been able to forgive. And that forgiveness, that unforgiveness in your heart has kept you out of the real level of your faith. Man, it's Pastor P, and I'm pleading with you, and I'm believing with you that today you coming out of unforgiveness to forgiveness. And that forgiveness is going to lead you into faith. And that faith is going to be at the level where you're pleasing God. And watch those substances, those things in your life that you need, begin to manifest. Because God is waiting on you, just as I've understood that He has been waiting on me. Listen, man, as I close this thing out, every time you feel like you want to go back, listen, just hum this song. I can't go back to the way it used to be, for God's presence has changed me. I can't go back to the way it used to be, for your presence has changed me. Man, this is Pastor P, man. I'm walking it out today for real. I'm walking out change in my life. It's time. Man, would you walk with me? But you ain't gonna see me, because I gotta go, man, because I gotta bring some substance into my life. Peace.